Have you ever found it strange that the same cat who stays glued to you all day will choose the chair beside your bed at night instead of lying right next to you? That does not mean they feel more distant, even though many people assume it does. In reality, where a cat sleeps often says more about how they handle space, daily rhythm, and physical comfort than it does about a simple answer like or don't like. And this is the part people misread most easily, because humans are very quick to turn one small moment into evidence for the whole relationship. So before you treat one night like the final answer, take a closer look at how your cat actually chooses where to rest. A lot of owners make this mistake. They see one sleeping spot and turn it into a final answer. But most cats do not sleep the way humans do. At 8 a.m., your cat might be stretched across the window ledge. At noon, they may move to the cool tile floor in the kitchen. And by evening, they may be curled on the sofa arm before they ever come near your bed. That matters more than people realize. If you freeze just one moment, the end of the bed at midnight, the hallway rug at 2 a.m., the chair beside your dresser, it can look personal when it may simply be part of a much bigger routine. Cats often break their rest into short rounds, and each place gives them something different. One spot is warmer, one is quieter, one lets them watch the room. One feels better on the body after a long nap. So the better question is not, why didn't my cat choose me tonight? The better question is, where did my cat rest over the last 24 hours? And what did each place provide? Once you start looking at it that way, the bed stops being the whole story. It becomes one stop among many. And when you see that, another question starts to matter even more. What makes one place feel easy to settle into, while another feels like too much? Picture what your bed feels like from a cat's side, not yours. At 11 p.m., the phone lights up. The blanket gets warmer in one spot and cooler in another. A memory foam mattress sinks when you roll over. Then there's the sound of breathing, a cough, a foot pushing against the comforter, the hallway light leaking in under the door. For you, that may still feel restful. For some cats, that is a lot to take in all at once. That helps explain something many owners read the wrong way. A cat can be deeply attached to you and still decide that the dresser chair, the end of the bed, or the rug near the AC vent is easier on the body at night. Have you ever noticed how one cat can fall asleep through a TV in the next room, while another gets up the second the sheets shift? They are not all built the same. Some settle with familiar background noise. Some need more space, less motion, and fewer surprises before they fully relax. And that's where this gets more interesting. In a lot of American homes, the bedroom is not actually the quietest place after midnight. It may have central heat kicking on, a hallway light, a partner turning over at 2 a.m., or a dog jumping off the bed at 6:15. So when your cat chooses the window bench, the laundry basket, or the floor beside the nightstand, that choice may be saying less about affection and more about comfort at that exact moment. And even when the room feels good enough, that still may not be the whole decision. There is one more thing they are weighing before they stay or move. Here's a simple way to read it. When a cat picks the edge of the bed, the chair beside it, or jumps up for 10 minutes and then leaves, that choice is usually doing 3 things at once. First, it asks, is this place steady enough? Second, it asks, how often will my sleep get interrupted here? Third, it asks, if I want out, how easy is it to move? That changes a lot. Lying against your hip may feel warm and familiar, but it also means more motion. The chair beside the bed may feel less social, yet it offers distance, a clear surface, and an easy exit. The end of the bed may be the middle ground. Close, but not too close. Near you, but still open. So a cat that leaves after 10 minutes may not be changing its mind about you. It may be changing its mind about the spot. This is also why homes with more than one person can look confusing. In a 2-person household, the cat does not always choose the one who fills the food bowl. Sometimes it sleeps near the person who turns less, gets up less, or keeps the room calmer after midnight. A child who kicks in sleep, a partner who watches TV in bed, a dog that jumps down at 6 a.m., all of that counts. So the choice is not a love ranking. It is a running decision. Which place gives enough comfort, few enough interruptions, and enough control to leave if needed? And once a cat keeps making that choice night after night, something else begins to happen. They start learning the person inside that routine. A lot of people build the whole relationship around the big moments. The cuddle on the couch, the greeting at the door, the night your cat finally climbed up at 10:30 and stayed. But that may not be the part that matters most to them. A cat can learn far more from what keeps happening than from what happens once. The same blanket pulled back the same way. The lights going out at 10:30, the alarm at 6:30. The fact that one person tosses and turns every hour while another settles down and stays still. Night after night, those details tell your cat what kind of world they are stepping into when they come close. That is why affection by itself does not always decide where they return. A loving home can still feel unpredictable. A quieter home can feel easier to trust with the body. And once a cat starts finding the same rhythm in the same place, that choice can become easier and easier to repeat. So the bond is not built only in the rare, memorable moments people talk about. It is also built in the ordinary ones people barely notice. The soft routine, the familiar timing, the nights that feel almost identical. Sometimes that is what keeps bringing a cat back. That is also why this hits people so hard. With a dog, closeness often feels obvious. With a cat, it can happen in smaller, less predictable ways. A cat that hops onto the bedroom chair for 5 minutes or settles at the edge of the mattress instead of on your chest can still leave a stronger emotional mark than people expect. Not because the moment was huge, but because it felt chosen. And once it feels chosen, people start adding meaning fast. They read trust into it, preference into it, sometimes even a kind of quiet approval. The cat came near me, the cat stayed, the cat picked this spot, in this room, tonight. So the moment starts to feel bigger than a chair, a blanket, or a place on the bed. It starts to feel personal. That does not mean the feeling is fake. It means your feelings are in the room too. On part of what you're seeing is your cat. Part of what you're adding is your own hope of being wanted by a creature that does not give itself away easily. So maybe the better question is not, did my cat love me enough to sleep here tonight? Maybe it is this. What did my cat choose? And what did I choose to believe about that choice?